Hey YouTube, back Team Bolshevik. Doing some frog stuff post Banlist. I don't need to tell you, frogs died. Don't need to tell you why. I'm just tinkering around with the build, and this is what I come up with. It's really inconsistent. I am looking for help. If you can offer any suggestions, please, I'll take them. Starting off, we got monarchs, 3 Kais, and 2 Ryza. That's really enough monarch in this deck. I was running 3 Kais, 3 Ryza. Too much. Stack monarchs, no good. Treeborn's not always in your graveyard, which makes it less amazing. Still good cards. Good to have 8s on the field at all times, or at some times. And they're good +1s. Or 1-for-1s. +1s. Anyways. Triple Fader. Keep them with the frog theme. These guys are important. You don't run usual back row protection. Fader counts. It's also another 1-star. 2 Treeborn and triple swap. It's not so much of the engine anymore, it's just a bonus. We'll get to why it's good a little bit later. Double Effect Veiler for control. The deck desperately needs it. Sangan. This is why the deck is good at all. 3 Junk Synchron, 2 Quick Draw. With Treeborn in your graveyard, when it's working all the time for these guys, with Quick Draw you're guaranteed a 6. With Swap Frog in there too for Junk Synchron, you're guaranteed a 6. Really quite good when it goes off. The problem is getting the right combo. To help with that is Doppel Warriors and Quibble. 2 Doppels well enough, and 1 Quibble is good. These guys help you go into Junk Destroyer more, a lot more, Trish more, help you gain access to Shooting Star once again. Just really amazing. These guys count. You're special summoning something back every turn with Treeborn, supposedly. So if you absolutely have to, then just use Doppels as protection. Or, I mean, you could go Junk Synchron, Swap Frog, Double Doppel, and if you have other synchro options, like he's out, or that guy, get to him in a second, then you can just sit on Doppel, Swap Frog with Gotcha Gotcha Getsetsu. Yeah, I'm just going to keep them out, because talk about them later. Just a tad. Yeah, that's a good ratio, I think. I'm also playing 3 Warwolf. They're the only tech gens that I'm playing. They're a 3-star. They special summon when a level 4 or lower is special summoned. It's really good. Once again, you're special summoning something every turn, so if you want, just sit on it, protection. But basically, this plus that plus this equals anything you want. Really just amazing. I guess if I really wanted to, I could drop some cards and put in Rush Rhino, but it's not a tech gen stun deck. It doesn't work that way. This card just fits. A Doppel Warrior, I do have one. I just not going to bother taking it out of a Light Sworn deck, because the Light Sworns are just a little bit more important in this format. 1 Gores, Heavy, Reborn, Whole, Avarice, Foolish, Tuning, is important, Lure, and 3 Econs and a Treacherous Trap Hole. These are your only real protection, back rowy type things. Treacherous is good. Econs set a big place. It's still a really cheap deck. I mean, Frog Monarch was one of the cheaper decks to make ever. I think that was like tier 1, or least pressing tier 1. The deck never needed Pot of Duality or Silent Warning, which was amazing, and I think that's part of the reason why some people might have built them. So keeping with that theme, this is still quite cheap. I mean, you don't need the Ultras. Quick Draw is super easy to come across, other than the things that you need for Frog Monarch anyways, like Glow Up Bulb, or, Gores. Tuning is the only money card in here that you wouldn't normally have. These guys just set up so many plays. I'm not playing 3 quick draw because it's too much. The deck's all monsters. It's just a matter of like, what do you want to do with your monsters? Do you want to pitch them? Well, yeah, if it's a Treeborn, no big deal. If it's a Monarch, not so much. You might want to sit on that Monarch. They do cause problems with mega consistency issues. Where this is the engine, and that's it. You can't just be like, summon, oh, it's dead now, no big, I got all these other Monarchs, oh wait. This is it. You gotta use them real wisely, and the deck doesn't always give up good hands. You could go Trish first turn sometimes, and then sometimes you just gotta set your I don't know, your Warwolf, and just kind of go, shit, son. I'm not gonna show it the extra deck because I just don't even know how I work the extra deck right now, other than essentials like Cadister, obviously Formula, Shooting Star, Trish, Stardust, etc. The synchron things, Junk Destroyer, I don't know how many. Drill Warrior, I don't know if that would even work. I don't know if I'd rather go to Turbo Warrior. Junk Berserker or Nitro Warrior. I mean, it's just a lot of room for error in the extra deck, and especially with Exceeds back. I really think that it has potential. It's just mind-blowingly inconsistent. These guys aren't as important anymore. I am thinking about doing a macro Monarch build, which should be fun to good. But macro Monarchs aren't going to be as good as Formula Monarchs were last format, which is terrible. I hate that Konami had to do it. They didn't have to do it. The OTK was dead and gone without them hitting Formula Synchron, or not Formula Synchron, without hitting Fishborg Blaster. I mean, I was going down through the ban list and the first thing I saw was Fishborg, and it was just like, shit, frogs are dead. Well, no big, I can just make Water Synchro, right? That's dead too. They killed some really big decks that weren't even big enough to be killed. They just needed to hurt them. I mean, Fishborg to 1 could have been good. There's no way you can sit here and tell me that Fishborg had to go from 3 to none. That's ridiculous. But letting that go, because you got to. I did make space for the Treacherous. There are things that I would like to put in here. I was running Card Troopers and Rykos originally, but the mills weren't paying off. Double Effect Failure might be a little bit too much in a She-endless format. Not that that would matter very much. Maybe room for another Doppel Warrior. Battle Faders could come out if there's a better option. Monarchs could come out if there was a better option. I've thought about adding Malicious in here, but it wouldn't work. I mean, these are your tuners that you're relying on. There's no point. Yeah, I'm really looking for feedback. I need your help, YouTube. I just need Frogs to do something, because they were the first deck I ever had that was really good, and I want to keep them alive to some degree. So comment your suggestions, rate this video, subscribe to the channel. Team Bolshevik out.